Hey, hello, hi there, how are you? Welcome. Hi. What's going on today? I am tired, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna get through this. We are going to get through this. Hi, everybody. Hold on, let me do something here. All right. Get that gone. Okay. All right. Sorry, I should have been ready. What is going on, Fishy on? First one in. Hello, sir. Hello. Love seeing those the corgi videos from Fox and from you, the original from you, right? Someday I will have a corgi. Someday they're on my short list. Short because they got little legs. They got little legs, the little corgis. They're so cute. Jesus. Sorry, that was right in the microphone too. How pleasant is that to get your day started? Just some blah blah. Bionic Bigfoot, he's not going to be here today. He's going to physical therapy in about an hour. Oh, well, you'll be here for a little bit then. And I see down below you said 3 months post total hip replacement, doing great. That's good to know. Great news. Again, it's in my future for sure. My left hip is destroyed. And a lot of times it caused me. It's some of the worst pain I have, and it's definitely something that's in my near future is a total hip replacement as well. So it's good to know that you went through it with flying colors. Dennis. Linda Worth, hello. Bex, Lady Bex. Kyle, what's up, dude? Carlos Diaz, what's happening, my friend? Working and lurking. How's the firehouse today? Nathan, I've said it so many times, but thank you. You know, I've gotten a ton of stuff from the community. I could just full stop right there. I could just full stop. But for the Snarf for Barf, I've gotten a bunch of stuff from a bunch of different people. So thank you very much to everybody. But Nathan deserves a special shout out because he sent me like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 different packages of stuff. He's really sent a lot of stuff. I'm going to show you in a minute what he sent. A lot of you already know, but this is going to be a good one. So Nathan, again, thank you so much. I can't do this without you guys, right? It doesn't happen without you. So Steven says, I will not eat them on a stream. Would not, could not in a dream. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. We'll talk about it in a minute. Jorge, hello, sir. Good morning. You working today? What's it like out there? Today, yesterday was actually almost 90 degrees. That was very hot for us. I honestly didn't think that we were going to hit even 80s again, but we had like today's supposed to be 80 as well, 80 degrees. And then that's it though. Next week, I mean, highs in the low 60s and stuff like that. So we had one last hurrah before the end of summer, basically. Now we won't hit 80 again, I doubt, unless something weird happens. Okay, where was I? I said, Jorge, hello, and Kyle, I would not eat them in the band. I would not eat them while I stand. 36,000 to get it done. Wow, for the hip. It's crazy. Wonder how much that would have cost, like in a European country or any sane country that has socialized medicine, which is the rest of the world except for us. And, you know, third world countries, you know, America, #1. Jimmy P, hello. What's going on? What's happening? Jorge's got about 4.5 hours. You know, I always hated those days having, you know, because I worked, you know, different shifts, sometimes rotating shifts and stuff like that. And I always hated having that over me. Like, I like to wake up, get ready, go to work, because if I've got that over me, hanging over me, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go to work because I get into something, right? I can't do that. It's so difficult. I can't do a bunch of stuff before I go to work for the day. I have to, and again, I don't have to do it at all anymore, but when I was in the workforce, I would have to wake up, take my shower, get ready, you know, all that stuff, and go to work. If I didn't, there's a good chance that I wasn't going to make it to work that day. It just, I just hated having it over me. I always like to do stuff after it. Fishion says it's amazing because I was the one that helped him out of the sack when he was born. Nice. Raised him for 8 weeks. I was at Brian's when the last litter was born. Very cool. Very cool. I got to do that, not help him out of the sack, but we had huskies when I lived in Arizona. When I was single, I lived with a bunch of people in the band. I've talked about that before. And the guitar player, Joe, had a husky named Dave. I'm sorry, Angel, the drummer, had Dave the dog. He was a husky. He was a show husky. Well, his parents were show huskies. Like, he had the name. I think most huskies, I think their name has to have blue in it. Most of them with the papers. I don't know. I could be wrong 100% about that. But his real name was like Deep Blue Ocean or something like that. And we just called him Dave. Most stuck-up dog you ever saw, too. Just stuck up. And then the guitar player got a 3/4 husky, 1/4 Malamute dog, and they had puppies. And I was in the big doghouse. We had a huge doghouse for them, and I was in the doghouse when the very first one was born. And I held him. His name was Bear, and I held him while she licked all the stuff off him and cleaned him up and everything. So that was pretty cool. Nathan said, I didn't work yesterday and not today as well. Have a headache for the last 2 days. The migraine, just bad headache. I don't get those too often. When I do, they are bad. Michelle gets them very bad. Kenny! Uh-oh. Trying to figure out how to get my truck fixed. Oh, Kenny, sorry. Always hurts so much when I want to help people and there's no way to do anything. I wish there was something I could do other than offer condolences, Kenny. Is it going to stop you from making it to the Clash? Is it that bad? Are you getting back and forth to work? Hopefully you're doing all right with it, Kenny. I was really looking forward. I'm hoping you're still going to make it to the Clash. Really looking forward to hanging out again. You got to bring some mead again, too. Got to bring some mead. Beck said, migraines knock my ass out for days as well. They are the devil. I've only had a few migraines in my life, but Michelle gets them quite often. My oldest son gets them quite often. Cody V, what's up? Yahoy hoy. What is yahoy hoy? Is it just like a saying hi, or is it actually a different language? I have to find out. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. I don't know what yahoy hoy means. Yahoy hoy goofballs, somebody said on Reddit in the streamers thing. What is it, Cody V? What is it? Is it just a thing to say hi? And is it in a different language, or is it just sort of like hiya? I'm curious. I think I saw you say it the other day in a stream, and I was like, I wonder what that means. Like, yattahe, was what Bell wanted people to say. Oh, also for Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Ahoy. Ahoy, hoy. Okay, thanks, Cody. Gotcha. Okay. Jenna P. Hi, lady. Nathan gets the bad migraines too. Do you get them longer, both Bex and Nathan, you guys, or anybody else who suffers from migraines? Do you get them more often when it's hot? Does the hot weather seem to trigger them more? I'm just curious about that. Just curious. Bex says she has rebounding migraines. I think they're gone, then boom, back days upon days. Longest I've had was a week. Jesus, that's rough. Kenny says, I don't think it's going to stop. It needs a new starter, but it's stuff I don't have the spare cash for. I'll work it out, though. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just wish I could. Yeah. Anyways, if there's anything else I can do that's not monetary, which is really what you need, let me know. You don't have to ever hesitate to ask for help if there's anything I can do, Kenny. You know that. One of the few people that I've got to hang out with multiple times is Mr. Kenny. We've had lunch together, and we've been to the Clash, and we've hung out. So, good guy, that Mr. Kenny. Vanoski, hello. Fish Fam Link is here. Mustache hairs curling up. Mustache hairs are curling up. Okay. All right. So this is what we got today. We're going to do this. Now, this is kimchi, which I've had. I love kimchi. Wow. This is, oh my God. It's so hard sometimes. Kimchi original, vegan, gluten-free. I've never had it in a can though, right? It's always just been jars of it that I believe were made here in the States. I love kimchi. So we're going to try kimchi. Now, is this anything different? No, I don't think so. I like that it doesn't have anything extra in it. It's from Korea. It's just, it's cabbage, water, red pepper powder, sugar, garlic, onion, salt, organic soybean seasoning, which it is, again, just regular stuff, shiitake, garlic, yeast extract, leek, and ginger, and it's certified organic. So there's not like preservatives, at least. Now, I don't know what the rules are, right? I know in some places they do put that kind of stuff in there, but they don't have to put it in the ingredients list. In other places, they just don't allow it, like a lot of the rest of the world. Great example, if you look at the ingredients for the French fries from McDonald's in the UK, it's a very short list of what's in there. If you look at the ingredients for our McDonald's French fries, it's a much longer list with a lot more stuff in there. It's the same way with this. All right, so we got kimchi to try, which again, I've tried, but I've never had this, never had that. We've got mustard flavored soda, which it sounds disgusting. I like mustard, not like just that yellow mustard, I had this in the freezer because I had forgot to cool it off. Not just your yellow like French's mustard, but like a Grey Poupon or any stone ground mustard. I love mustard. Big fan of mustards. And then the star of the show, Century eggs, preserved duck eggs. Asian taste preserved duck eggs. We're going to try a century egg. And I am just going to eat it, like I see a lot of recipes for it where you put it in with ramen or do different stuff. You put it into little pieces. I'm going to cut it. Oh, I forgot to bring the cutting board. Well, they're supposed to be dry, so I'll just cut it right here. I'm going to cut it into little pieces. Cut my egg into pieces. This is my knife and fork. Kenny's got some mead ready to go for the clash. Nice. Coral says, has anyone else been getting bombarded with pickled kelp and kelp kimchi and hot sauce, etc. ads? Speaking of kimchi, I haven't, but I don't see a lot of ads. I do use ad blockers everywhere I can. I can't remember seeing those, Coral. And hi, Coral. I was rooting for you last night in Dan's. I was playing for you to win those platties. Let's see. Can't partake this year, but I hope you can make it for next year. Yeah, it's gonna be sad not having the two of you guys there, Kyle and Bex. I'll have our drink when I stream the week of the clash since we can't make it. I know it's going to be difficult for you guys. I know the FOMO is going to be huge. And it's going to be difficult because we're all there having fun and you're out, doing your stuff. You're out at home doing, the normal day-to-day stuff and we're over there. I've been through it. I mean, I've seen, like the Aquashella stuff or the Triple Crown, which I was supposed to be at, all those. So I know what it's like. Big Shrimpin', what's up, Steve? Speaking of the clash, we'll see him there too. Not long. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. Do. Yeah, today's the 7th. So 2 weeks from today, we will be a bunch of clash holes. Bunch of clash holes. I am so looking forward to it too. I say that every year, and every year it doesn't fail. It is just so much fun. It's always motivating too. Like I come home and I do a lot more with my fish tanks and, get going. Century egg, Cody V says. Now I've seen a lot of people that think they're disgusting. The gelatin part does turn me off because I don't like Jello. I mean, I don't hate Jello, but it's not like something I ever would purposely go out of my way to eat. I'm not a big fan of Jello, and that's sort of what the Century egg looks like on the outside. It looks like a very firm Jello. So we'll get into that, but of course I'm going to wait for a little bit. There's only 20 people here, so I want to start off slow. We're going to start with the kimchi, though. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Let's see. Did I bring a fork? Fork me. I have a spoon. I suppose I could use the knife. No, I can't use that knife. That wasn't the knife I brought in. Here's the knife I brought in. All right, we'll see if I can do that. Maybe I'll just use my hands. I'm a bohemian. All right. Okay, it looks like kimchi. It's very difficult to open a can all the way. I guess that's gonna... Yeah, very, very strong. It smells, it's like a tomato paste. Didn't say anything about tomatoes in there. It smells like tomatoes to me for some reason. Did it say anything about tomatoes? Of course, it's upside down now. Red pepper powder. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about tomatoes, but it smells like tomatoes. I have to be careful because there is... Oh, no, it's okay. There's some juice in there, but it's not super bad. Oh, that was close. That was close. I saved it. Ass pick. Only when it's itchy. All right, here we go. You know what? I'm just using my fingers. There we go. Son of a... It's dripping. That was right on my laptop. Mm-hmm. The texture is very different than the jars, which is weird. You wouldn't think that, because again, I've had kimchi a lot of times. I love kimchi, but you wouldn't think that canning and the jarring really would do that much different. Pulled a knife out of the tree. It was right behind it. Yeah. That was not the knife I brought in, though. That was from something else. So, hi, Victor. Hello, sir. All right. So anybody hasn't had kimchi, the main ingredient's cabbage, right? It's like a fermented cabbage. Sometimes it can be very, very spicy. This is pretty spicy, not hot, just a little spicy, like there's some flavor there. Sometimes it can, the fermentation process can make it sort of bubbly. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. That's good. That is good. I like to put it on different stuff, but just eating it right out of here. All right, here's a bunch of little chunks. Oh, excuse me. That's a bunch of little stuff. That's the good stuff. That's all the little bits, because you get big, big chunks like that. Obviously, that's just cabbage. Victor dropping a $4 super chat. Dude, thank you so much. I really do appreciate those. You guys know. Thank you, Victor. Thank you very much. That's I don't want to stop eating this. A lot of channels that are monetized today say that they take that money and they put it back into the channel, which is great. They use it to get better equipment or to do. Jason, Depths Unknown, he just got his 1,000 and he's doing memberships and stuff, and he uses that money to give away to the channel again. I use that money to pay bills these days. Really, it's YouTube has become a portion of my income. I don't make a lot on YouTube. I mean, I have some good months, but you guys help pay my bills, and you also help me get things that are a little bit, like the chair and like the Keystone Clash and things like that. So, a lot of channels do something cool and they give it back to the community. And I used to do that. I used to give out tons of super chats and stuff. I can't do it anymore. So anything you give me really goes to pay my bills. The Minnesota Aquarium Society. Can one of the mods drop the link for that for Dr. Awesome and Hi Dr. A class in 15 minutes? I don't know that I am subscribed to them if they're on YouTube. Speaking tonight on Zoom. Oh, on Zoom. Okay. So you've got to be, do you have to be a member? You have to be a member of that, the Minnesota Aquarium Society to be there, right? And there's Eric. What's up, Eric? My friend. We haven't seen Kelly Foreman around a lot lately. Dr. Foreman, she went on, she took a little vacation and stuff. But, she's also had a rough time with her losing her doggy, which was super, I mean, it's always so disheartening. And I don't know. I love my dog so much. It's always so difficult. It's a family member. Honestly, I felt more ripped up about my dog than I did some of my family members. I'm closer to my animals than I am some of my people. All right, last one. So good. So Nathan, it doesn't, the fermentation doesn't really affect it a ton. It just really softens the cabbage and gives the cabbage a more mild flavor. But all the spices and stuff is where all the goodness comes from. Freaky Fish Lady, hello, Holly. You should give it a try. If you like cabbage, I mean, that's the thing, because it still does taste like cabbage. It's just all the different spices and stuff. So if you like cabbage, you'll like it. I bet you will. I love cabbage. When I was, when I first moved out of my house, my parents' house at 17, well, I had an apartment with a roommate for a couple of years, and then I moved into another place, and I sort of went on some hard times, and I mean, I survived on cabbage sandwiches. It was, I'd buy a loaf of bread, a head of cabbage, and a tub of butter or, margarine or whatever, and I would toast the bread, put a big crunchy piece of cabbage on it, and that was my lunch. It was better than eating the stuff separately, like toast and the cabbage. It was at least put it together, So this kimchi doesn't really taste any different than the bottled stuff, really. I think the texture's a little bit softer. Just it's a little bit softer. Cabbage rolls. Oh, yeah. I don't want to eat just cabbage. Yeah. It's not the best, and there's not a ton of flavor, but it was, for the sandwiches, it was that extra little bit of crunch in there with the toast. Used to sling kimchi tacos out of my buddy's food cart. People loved them. Kimchi tacos. Yeah, I'd try that. I'd try that. All right, so let's do this mustard. I gotta find my bottle opener. The hell did I do with it? I know I kept it in here. Do. Son of a... Huh. All right. Well, that's That's weird. Where the hell I put it? I thought I left it here on purpose. You know, everything on my desk is black. Black mouse, black USB hub, black, you know, incense burner, black phones, black tablets, and the can opener, bottle opener is also black. Hey, there it is. See? So it was just everything on my table except for at my desk, except for this, is black. Everything right there. Oh, except for that too. All right. Mustard soda. Again, this is from Lester's Fixin', rocketfizz.com. And one more time, thank you, Nathan. This all comes from Nathan. Oh, doesn't smell like mustard, but mustard butt. Mustard butt. I got mustard butt. Yeah, it does not smell like mustard. I can't place the smell. It's a weird kind of dishwater sort of smell. Right, and here we go. Mustard flavored soda from Lester's Fixins, and it's Rocket. Yeah, you're not gonna see that. Rocketfizz.com. All right, here we go. I didn't clear my palate. Doesn't taste like mustard. Here, let me get a drink of water. Geek boy, what's up? Leo, hello, Leo. I'd eat kimchi all day long before messing with those eggs. Not sure about that mustard soda. So yeah, it doesn't taste real strong of mustard. I can't describe it. That was Ed's nickname in college, mustard butt. Yeah, because Ed's allergic to mustard, so did I say hi to June? I don't think I said hi to only Oscars. Hi, June. And anybody else I missed? I hope I didn't miss anybody else. I saw June come in. Yeah, I don't know how to describe this. It does not taste like mustard. Very, very strange taste. Dave! F you, Dave! What's up, Dave? Looking forward to seeing you and the family here in 2 weeks. Gonna be fun. And Huawei, hello? Hello. All right, so again, we're trying the mustard flavored soda from Nathan. And does not taste, you know, maybe it was a kimchi, maybe I didn't. I should have got some crackers or something to, you know, to sort of clear out the palate a little bit better. The water maybe isn't doing it. Because I still have a little bit of the spice from the kimchi, and maybe that's what's coloring this. Because it does not taste like mustard, but I can't describe it. You know what? There. That time it did taste like mustard, but it tasted like mustard on a hot dog. It didn't just taste like mustard. It tasted like mustard flavored hot dog water. That's what it tasted like. John McKenzie, what's up? Local high school kid died after doing the one chip challenge. You were lucky to survive. I have seen some local people that, not local, younger people, some high school kids and younger that did it that shouldn't have. And yeah, it's, I mean, not too many people have, I mean, if a ton of people have died from it, they would take it off the shelves, right? But something, I mean, some people do have issues with it. And I won't ever do it again. I mean, I did it once and that's it. That's it. Not sure if it's a good thing that something marketed as mustard flavor doesn't taste like mustard. Yeah. It did taste that last one, though. See you, Cody. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. So it does taste, it's got sort of a hot dog flavor there. Like it's mustard on a hot dog. It does taste like mustard flavored hot dog water. That's pretty much what it is. That's, you know. J-Rock. Hello, J-Rock. Hello, sir. Holly said we have a French's mustard factory in Springfield here. I roll the window down when I go by. It smells so good, but nothing like you would think mustard would smell. Gotcha. We have a vinegar. I don't know if it's a factory, vinegar distillery just south of us. And there's people that live right across the street from it. And I don't know how you can do that because there's certain times of the year where that thing just, I mean, imagine massive silos basically of, it looks like an oil refinery. Like there's those big, only they're tall. They're not the big squat containers. And it's just filled with vinegar, just filled with vinegar. Spoiled Sushi, hello. So I don't know about this one. Again, not a super strong mustard flavor, but yeah. I wonder if it's because we use mustard on hot dogs. That's why it tastes like that. Mind tricks. Maybe, but I use mustard in a lot of different things. A lot of, you know, potato salad. I eat it on all kinds of different sandwiches, and I love mustard. I really do. Like a really good mustard. Victor asked if I've ever tried the Pepsi with nitrogen bubbles. No, I'm not a big soda drinker. I'm really not. I used to be. I used to, drink soda pretty regularly, but I mean, the seven sodas that Nathan sent, a 6-pack plus one, I was going to say was the most soda I've drank in a long time, and it is, but actually last night we didn't have time to put stuff together for dinner. Michelle had to do some stuff, so she brought Taco Bell home, and I had a soda with that too. So I did have a soda last night. Huawei says in Nampa, Idaho, there was a sugar beet factory. Smelled so good. Nice. I do like sugar beets. I like beets. And there's places, what is it, Wisconsin or Michigan, someplace they use the beet water on the roads instead of salt. It is salty water, but they reuse it to spray on the roads for wintertime to get rid of the snow. I like that idea, that reusing it like that. Sorry, excuse me. Cat House came in, and Coral says nitro, anything is so good. Doesn't have that bite in your nose, and it's just silky smooth. Gotcha. I did not know that. I did not know that. I've heard of Jones Sodas. Makes a soda that has cannabis in it. I haven't had any of those, but I've heard of Jones Sodas. I think they're the most popular novelty brand. Not that their sodas aren't good, but they have a lot of novelty flavors. I'll bet nothing smells as bad as the Puppy Chow factory in Commerce and a refinery in the same area. Quite the combination. Ness, what's up, Ness? Okay. All right, now it's time. It is time. We're gonna do it up. We got 33 people. Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. Let's do it up. Here we go. The jelly part of it, the whites that looks like jelly is what I'm concerned about. And Nathan sent a 6-pack, and these aren't cheap. These aren't cheap. They're wrapped in a little, condom. Very heavy. Very heavy. Sort of, I don't know. It wiggles in the shell a little bit, but there's some heft to that. It feels a lot heavier than just a boiled egg. And again, for anybody who doesn't know, these are century eggs or preserved duck eggs. They came from Amazon. Oh, that's just horrible. You're not going to be able to see that, right? I can't get it. Preserved duck eggs. It's just because it's wrinkled. 92 calories per egg. You see all the stuff there. Cholesterol, 84% from one egg. Tons of cholesterol. All right. So let's see what we're going to do here. Okay, I cracked it. This is going to be very messy. Let me find... here, let me just get the garbage can over here. just in case I didn't know what it was. All right, I'm going to peel this and then I'll show you what it looks like. So far, it looks very appealing. Oh. Why did the fish blush? I bet you our dad joke aficionados will know the answer to this. Why did the fish blush? Myrtle was here, he would know it. I know Kyle's here, I bet you he's gonna know it. I'll give it a minute. Oh, this is weird. This is so weird. It doesn't look like it's real. Peels very easy. Peels very easy. Nope. I'm not even gonna rinse it. I don't know this one because it saw the ocean's bottom. Huawei got it. It saw the ocean's bottom. Coral got it too. Yep. Because it saw the ocean's bottom. Yep. Coral was, nope, Huawei was first. It doesn't matter. But yeah. So there's what it looks like. It's very bouncy, like it feels like a Super Ball or whatever those are called, you know, it saw the ocean's bottom. It feels very weird. It's very rubbery. It feels like a gummy thing. All right, so I'm going to cut it in half. I'll show you each step of it as we go. That's a very big black jelly bean. You could see it cut off a little bit of the, so it does turn the outside, the white, to a gel. Oh. Oh. Smells like a cat box that's not been cleaned in a while. Appetizing. Oh. Oh, that is a bad smell. That's what it looks like. Member for 20 months. Isn't that amazing, Stephen? We've had members for almost 2 years now. Abort. It's very ammonia, very strong ammonia smell. I'm going to cut it into pieces. I'm going to cut it down into quarters because I don't want to eat a big chunk of it. Don't forget the salt and pepper. No, I'm not going to put anything on it. I'm not going to put anything on it. Nothing at all. It's because I want to see what the flavor is by itself. So there you can see how gelatin it is. And wow, yeah, that is, the ammonia smell is definitely very, very strong. Smells like mustard, but don't look, don't smell. If you have to make that face when you smell it, it should not go in your mouth. I'm not touching that one. All right, we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna eat this whole little sliver right here. Ready? Oh God, here we go. Oh. Oh, wow. So at first it was fine, like it was nothing. It was nothing. It was hardly any flavor. And then right at the end, there was like a very, very strong piss. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird because the first part wasn't that bad. It wasn't super strong. It wasn't super chewy. It didn't taste very eggy. It didn't really have a strong flavor at all. But then at the very end of it, there was it just was like it was almost gone. And then I was like, oh, hey, and now I can just smell it. Big E's, what's up? Hi, Big E's. Thanks for coming around, man. I appreciate it. I know you've been around a long, long time. I'm glad you come hang out with us. And Paul says, I grew up down the street from the local bakery, about half mile from the Savarin coffee roasting plant. That aroma was coming from the house. Two places were fantastic. Oh, I guess you were hungry all the time. Yeah, definitely the afterchase. I just saw Bex chase that effort, Rico. Chase it. I'm going to eat another slice. So I'm going to eat a complete egg. Yeah, it's really weird how at first that flavor's not there, and then it hits you. It really hits you. Like you're chewing and you're like, yeah, what is it? And then at the very end, I'm very happy to say I cannot tell you what business tastes like either. All right, here's the second part. You know what? Let's do this one different. Let's peel. That is just the white. That is just the egg white. You can see how see-through and gummy it is. And again, I don't like gummy things. We're going to try, you know, that separate from the yolk. The yolk. The yolk is on fire. All right, here we go. Ooh. Oh. So I chomp down on it and it like squirts out between my teeth. Like it moves. Like it's like, no, don't. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. You know, it's got that sort of... Okay, but that did not have a super strong flavor, but the consistency was horrible. Like every time I chewed, it would sort of move. You know, so it was gummy. Yeah. Not a super strong flavor, though. Flavor-wise, hardly anything there. Hardly anything. So most of that must have been here. All right, here we go. So this is just the yolk. Yep. That's where the flavor is. Now that one tasted eggy. Mix it with the mustard soda and swish it. Yeah. Hi, Lake Deland. Hello, hello. Pretty much not eating the rest of the day. F you, Rico. Plastic fishing worms. Yeah, Nancy B. Hi. Lick the yolk out. I'm not afraid of no egg. Oh. All right. I'm not, yeah, I lied. I'm not eating a whole egg. I'll eat half the egg though. That's the half. So this is what's left. I can't do that though. I've got to cut it into quarters. So that was or even eighths, I guess, because that was already the quarter. Look at the knife. That's the yolk. It's sort of a mustard consistency a little bit. Oh. That's just water. So I understand that a lot of people eat this, like they'll put it in ramen or put it in different dishes and stuff. And I can imagine that's not horrible, right? Cut it into little chunks. And then that's not horrible. Like that's probably what I'll do with the rest of it. Well, I want my son Aiden to try one. I think he'll try one. Nobody else will. They're a bunch of pussies. They're pussies. They're afraid of food. Michelle's probably watching. Hi, Michelle. Her and Ariel won't try any of the foods. Nothing, because most of the stuff that I've been sent, I also share with the family. You know, I save at least a little bit of it. Excuse me. So they can try it, right? And Michelle and Ariel won't. They won't try any of it. But Aiden's been a trooper so far. He's tried every single thing that was sent to me. Some of the stuff he liked. Some of the stuff was, I can't remember the one thing that he was like, oh no, and he just instantly spit it out. Will Wally eat it? Yeah, I bet he would. That's why women live longer. No, because that's, you know, you're not getting all your different stuff. Don't kiss Rico after this one. you know, trying all the different foods and stuff, how, first of all, where do you cut that off? It's almost like the Mennonites saying that they're not going to use any technology after a certain time period, right? They're only using this certain tech, I should say Amish, because Mennonites do use different things for different, you know, it's the same type of stuff. There's some point in your life where you just said, nope, no more. I'm 15, I know what I like, and I'm not trying any new foods for the rest of my life. What's the cutoff? How do you learn what you like if you don't try new stuff? Right? How do you even get to that point? You had to try new stuff at some point, because how did you get there? So, I don't know. I think it's good to try all these different things. Now, again, I had never had the dried squid before Barbara Gordon, Barbara Jackson Gordon sent them to me. I had never had them, which I haven't seen Barbara Jackson lately. I hope she's doing well. I had never had those. I absolutely love it. It was great. That stuff was so good. The cashews that Nathan sent, those were good. Although I had had cashews, but not those. Crickets. I've had crickets before that, but some of the bugs were pretty good. That durian candy was pretty good. I mean, a lot of the stuff I tasted, I never would have known I liked it if I didn't try it, right? So you have to try stuff, you know, as long as it's real food. As long as it's real food. I'm afraid of most of those foods. Didikins, hi Didi. Seeing Didi reminded me that Eduardo did have 25% of his foot removed, and he seems like he's in high spirits. Like, you know, he just seems like he's fine. That's because that's the kind of person he is. But so he is, and I do have, and I'm sure Dee Dee does too, but I do have Eduardo's address, and I got the okay to give it out to people that want that. So if you either want to email me and ask for it, or on the Discord or whatever, if you'd like to send him a get well card or something like that. And I know a lot of you guys already have his address too. So, but anybody that doesn't have his address and would like to have it, let me know. You know, that's still a pretty big deal to lose 25% of your foot. He's not going to make it to the Clash, obviously. So we're going to miss him there. Also, M&C in the hospital as we speak. Doesn't know how long he'll be there. I did talk to him today, and he seems like he's doing okay. He's got family and you know, immediate family and his extended family there around him. So he's got plenty of people around him. But yeah, he's not doing too well either. So Eduardo and M&C both, you know, if you see him, my cutoff is somewhere between mustard soda and rancid piss egg. Okay with being affected with neophobia. I'll never look at a black egg that smells like a dirty cat box and think, I may like that. Yeah, try bugs, people, Jerry. Fermented foods are how humanity made it through the lean times. Yeah, because the stuff lasts so much longer, right? That will be my new skill for life. Somewhere between mustard soda and rancid piss egg. I thought mustard soda sounded bad until the rest of them. I would probably try it. Yeah, the mustard soda definitely wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite. I don't even remember what my favorite was out of all those 7 different ones that he sent. I guess I should stop talking and eat this other quarter or 8th. All right, here we go. Watch it wiggle, watch it jiggle. Oh, why is it getting worse? Why is it getting worse? It's the outside. It's the gel part of it that's the bad part, right? It's weird because the outside part doesn't have any flavor to speak of. The consistency is, oh. The inside part, consistency is okay, but the flavor is blah. Keep it up. I owe you chocolate chip cookies. I won't send them off. Keep grossing me out. Hey, that's what this is all about, right? The gross stuff. The gross stuff. And Eric said, on a scale of mustard soda to rancid piss egg, how is your workday going? I think I'm going to be mostly at the rancid piss egg part. Covered my eyes, but thank you for the sound effects because I keep eating it. Two things I won't eat are mussels. I love mussels. You know what I mean when you have to clean the wild caught ones. Yeah. And escargot, because most people overcook them until like chewing an eraser. I like both of those things. I love mussels. And, you know, I try never to let how the sausage is made affect my enjoyment of the sausage, right? It's the same thing with entertainment, right? I try to keep source material away from the movies. You know, if it's from a book, I enjoy the book on its own. I enjoy the movie on its own for its own. It doesn't have to be, oh, the book did it this way, so this is shit. I try to disconnect that, right? I think you enjoy the media better if you can break it apart. But the same with making, you know, with food. Hot dogs. I admit it, I love hot dogs. I love sausages and hot dogs and stuff like that. And yeah, they're just, you know, lips and assholes. That's all it is. Some of these random things, and at the end of the season of Snarf for Barf, make like a big sandwich. Oh my God, Coral, what are you trying to do? Oh my God, make a big sandwich with Sentry egg and Vegemite and the fancy bologna, whatever. Oh my God, you're trying to kill me, man? That's not very nice. What'd I ever do to you? What'd I ever do to you? That sounds horrible. The bad thing about that is I don't have a lot of the stuff left because I finished it. The Vegemite, I finished it up. It's gone. I enjoyed it. The Vegemite might have been one of the things I liked the most. And again, it wasn't straight Vegemite. That came from Killer Kitty, Curly Kitty, like Dan calls her, Killer Kitty. It wasn't straight Vegemite. It was the Vegemite with the cream cheese. So I'm sure that it cut that flavor quite a bit, right? I liked it. I was putting it on sandwiches or toast. I just make toast, butter, and then that Vegemite and make a sandwich out of it. And it was good. It was good. Oh, I don't want to eat any more of it. It's getting worse. It's weird. The first one was like, you know, and then I had that little bit of the back flavor. And then this last one was just nasty. And now I'm looking at this one and my stomach sort of turned. Yes, the eggs are wrapped individually. I will take some to the clash, Nathan. Yes. M&C, there's M&C right there. We're talking about you, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Yes, they are individually wrapped. So I'm going to save the other half of this for my son to try. Hopefully I can get him to try it. And I will. I'll bring these other ones because I've got a little bag here of the different stuff. Those are dried. Those are earthworm. That's the earthworm jerky. And then there's the bugs and the durian candy, the pickle, the sour pickle balls. And I will bring. I'll probably bring all 5 of those. I can't imagine using these. And I'm not going to do this last part. I'm pussing out. My stomach is starting to be, I'm not going to eat this last part. It just, my stomach sort of was getting a little upset. Projectile vomiting. That's good content. Carlos Diaz, you got me hooked again on smoked oysters twice a week, but 100-year eggs never. Oh, I do love me some smoked oysters. Those are my favorite out of all those tinned fishy things. Is the smoked oysters. Absolutely love those. Absolutely love them. Don't be an effing hero. Don't be a hero. Don't smell the durian, just eat it, trust me. The candy wasn't bad. Like when I first opened the bag of the candy, it did have that smell. But afterwards, I held it to my son to try, and nothing. And the candy is not bad at all. You can smell it. It's not a strong smell to it at all. Don't smell. Okay, got that. Foxanne. Hi, Foxanne. Hello. Hello. If you ever feel like your father hates you, just remember that what Rico was doing to his offspring. I don't force them. I suggest. I like that they try the new stuff, because my son was the same way. Aiden was the same way. He would not try anything new. Like he wouldn't even try it. And now he does. Ariel is incredibly picky about what she eats. She has a very narrow, amount of food that she enjoys. And I love everything, pretty much. I like everything. Again, you guys know raisins and liver I don't care for, but all right, that's coming back on me a little bit. That egg, I just burped it up. Give us your best, Linda Blair. My head spins around. Your mother sews socks in hell. I used to eat mussels when I was a kid until I had to clean them. No such thing as farm raised back in the Stone Age. Crap that was in the bag with them turned to my stomach. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. We're never going to see a barf, or you don't eat the whole thing. Pretend you're a college girl and take it to the dome. Sorry. Not much is going to make me barf if it's real food, The pickled, I'm going to say it, these were still, out of everything, even the century egg, these were still the worst. These were the worst. These were the worst balls I ever had in my mouth. Trying to do, little sound bites. These were horrible. These were horrible, and I can't wait to share them. These were the thing that Aiden also, he took a little sliver and popped it in his mouth, and he went, oh, no. But these were worse than the century eggs. Now we need to make a liverwurst. I do like liverwurst. I do like liverwurst, actually. I do like liverwurst, yeah. I'm starting to be thankful we can't make a clash. And Foxy's going to try the durian. And again, obviously, not even going to try and force people to try the different stuff. I'm hoping that some people will. I'm hoping that we can do a round table snarfer barf type thing. But obviously, if people aren't interested or don't want to do certain things, I'm not going to even try to, you pussy, eat that. I'll save that for my kids. I'll save that for my kids. Ooh. All right. Let's have a little more kimchi to wash the flavor out. Don't be a hero. Coral. Most liver I've ever seen every single time. The worst liver I've ever seen. We want barf. Yeah, so far, I mean, there's been some, like I said, the pickle balls were horrible. I'm not a fan of the century eggs, but they're definitely on the barf side, but nothing so far has affected me much other than that one chip challenge, right? Nothing else has been to the point where I was like, I don't think I'm because it starts stroming. I've seen so many people they just open that can, and as soon as the gas comes out of it, because it's under pressure, so they use a can opener and it goes and it usually squirts on them. And I just got such a dirty mind. People instantly start going, and it makes me laugh every single time. I love it. Dee from It's Always Sunny, she does that so good, like when she's doing her stand-up and stuff. Liverwurst with onion slices on rye bread or anything bagel, yummy. I don't like rye bread too much. I haven't had rye bread recently. When I was a kid, I absolutely hated it. My dad ate it all the time, and I hated it. So I want to try it again now, because I have tried it like in the last 20 years, but it was just one time and I was like, yeah, that's not too bad. So I want to get some rye bread. Yeah, it's been long enough. Hi Matt. You know, those things too, the things that you absolutely love as a kid, that's a great thing. So what about you guys in the chat? What was something that you either loved as a kid and you can't stand to eat now, or the other way around, you hated as a kid and absolutely love now? Is there some foods like that? I'm trying to think of something that I hated as a kid. The rye bread comes up, but I think that I would be fine with it now. Trying to think if there's anything else. I hated chicken noodle soup as a kid, but there was some connections there as to why. I'm trying to think what I hated as a kid that I like today. My stomach does not feel that good. It really doesn't. The kimchi, the century egg, and the mustard soda all together is just down in there going blah, 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 blah. I got education from homeschool. My uncle wrote our workbooks. It was just one Bible that he wrote, 3 pages long, took us 7.5 years to read it. Steakums I liked as a kid, gross now. I don't mind steakums. They're not, yeah. Used to love olives. Now I can't stand them. I love olives. Sweet potatoes as an infant, they're afraid I was going to turn orange if I try to eat them now. I struggle not to upchuck. Okay, good one. I love sweet potatoes too. Coral works as a coconut. So was it coconut that you liked and no longer liked, or didn't like and like now? Sourdough. Ooh, yeah, I do love sourdough bread. Sourdough. A thing of sardines. I do have saltines, not sardines. I could use sardines too. Yeah, it'll be okay. I said it's a little blah blah. It's not horrible. I mean, that's what you guys really want, right? I mean, if you really want, I can make myself throw up. I could stick my finger. Actually, I can't anymore. Ever since I had that hiatal hernia fixed, I can't make myself throw up. There's times I wanted to because I was so, I was sick or whatever, and I wanted to just get it out of me. And yeah, I couldn't do it. Used to do that though, because I also had a gallbladder issue, and when my gallbladder would flare up, I had that out too. When that would flare up, I had to make myself throw up to make the pain go away. Something about maybe the muscles or something. It didn't flare up all the time. It'd be once every few months, but that's horrible for you. Making yourself throw up is not a good thing. Sourdough, okay. Yeah, sourdough I do love. We just had a loaf of sourdough bread that was really good. Green beans. I'd barf as a kid, even just smelling them, now blanched and sauteed with shallots, ooh, garlic. Oh, that sounds good. None will be left. Yeah, that sounds good. I could just eat green beans too. We grow them in the garden, so I'll just go out and pick, and just eat them just like that. Speaking of that, Paul, I saw some more of Paul's yard. Now, Paul is a master gardener. And his yard is just manicured all to hell. Like, it looks, it's professional. It really is. It looks, like a golf course or something. It's just, although with better plants, It's beautiful area. I was looking at that and then looking at what we do. I mow the lawn. I mow the lawn. That's it. Coral said something else. I got to move all this stuff so I can get back up to it. Where was that? Oh yeah, coconut was my favorite until one time I ate too much cake and vomit up, and it tastes exactly the same. Now coconut tastes like vomit. Okay. Scotch. There we go. There's something that, yeah, I shouldn't say I loved it as a kid because I didn't have it, but I told that story before. My brother, who is not quite 2 years older than me, he was like a year and a half older than me, he drank a bottle of scotch and then ate just a package of cheap, raw hot dogs, didn't cook them, ate the whole package, and then threw up in the driveway right by me. And the smell of the hot dogs vomit with the scotch, I to this day, I still can't drink scotch. I can eat hot dogs, I can't drink scotch. I smell that and it's like, you know, it does it. Dee Dee said, I'll say it loud and proud, I'll be a pussy and not sit at that table. Geek Boy, hated fish growing up, now I look forward to our trips to the tropics every year so we can get fresh fish. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other foods that that I really did not like, but I love now. And I think there was a lot. I just can't, nothing's coming to mind. I know I hated when I was very young, I hated till we'd go to a fancy restaurant or something, and I hated to eat salad because it was always like just iceberg lettuce, and there'd be big chunks of it that I couldn't cut. And so I'd pick up this big piece of lettuce with like dressing on and try to eat it, and I felt like everybody's watching me eat salad. I guess I had those, you know, those types of mental issues even as a young kid. I thought everybody was watching me try to eat the salad and it was all over my face. Spoiled Sushi said, I hate mashed potatoes and mustard. Now I love those. How about foods you like in one form but not another? Love steamed clams but gag at raw ones. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had raw clams. I've definitely eaten a ton of steamed. I don't know if I've ever had raw. Like I get the oysters, but those are smoked. I guess that's sort of raw, but I mean they're smoked, so they're still processed, and they're not as bad. I absolutely love those. Yeah. So what's something that you like in one form but hate in another? I guess something cooked, maybe. That's a good one. See, I'm so easy when it comes to food. There really isn't much I shouldn't say it isn't that I don't like it, that I just won't be okay with eating it. Like there's nothing that makes me just, oh, you know, that's regular food. I might not be in the mood for that night, but I still don't have any problem eating it. You know what I mean? Squirty things. Can't make myself throw up. And now you know why Rico's so popular in certain circles. I do have a gag reflex, just not with food. That sounds way worse. Thanks, Geek Boy. Thank you. That's how rumors get started. Rexa keeps feeding Shane green beans from the table. That's gonna be some bad dog farts. Anything spicy. Hated spicy as a kid. Now I love it. I liked spicy as a kid. But Aiden was that way too. Like until like the last few years, he did not like anything with heat. And now he goes out of his way and he eats a lot of hot sauces and stuff like that. Absolutely love it. There we go. Kyle's got the ketchup one. I gotta scroll up. Where was it? Love ketchup, tomato sauce, tomato soup, but will not touch a tomato. Gotcha. So that must be the texture of it, right? And Victor says, thank you. Well, thank you for being here, and thanks for the super chat, dude. Again, it means a lot. Thank you so much. Have I ever eaten rest stop sushi? No. And the problem with that, Paul, and you should know the answer to this, is to get to a rest stop, you have to go places. I mean, how often do I go places? Lately, though, I've been leaving the house. I mean, we've been doing our walk every couple of days. We might do one tonight. It's only supposed to be 80. It's like right now it's 75, so it's probably not going to hit 80 today. It is very, very humid, 100% humidity. It's been raining off and on, but that's a good day to go do it. So we might, if we can, we'll go to some place that's a little bit drier, because some of the trails, because of the slopes and the valleys and stuff, all the drumlins, the trails get super muddy and slick. You know, you easily to slide down those. So we might try and do a walk today. We've been trying to go every other day, and the last one we did was a little much. We both were hurting pretty good by the time we got back to the end of it, and I didn't even get a chance to go film the waterfall. It's at the very beginning, and we said, okay, we'll come back to the waterfall. We'll just go down the hike, and then we'll come back. When we came back, there was just a ton of people. We got there, and there was nobody there. We came back, and I say a ton, but there was like 2 families. So there was maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 people there, but people being loud, and I just didn't want to record it. So I need to go back there and at least record that. So no, I've never had rest stop sushi, but I would try it. I mean, I get grocery store sushi. I get frozen sushi. Aldi has frozen sushi. Wegmans makes very good sushi daily. They have sushi chefs right there. Sushi chefs. They have chefs that make sushi right there daily, and they make pretty good stuff, actually. So you can get it super fresh, or like they can make it up for you as as you're there. They make it right for you, or you can get it refrigerated that was made a couple hours earlier or something like that. So I do like that. So that's my only sushi around us, except for the Ichiban place that we go to for special occasions. Geek Boy seems like eating hot dogs keeps him popular too. hated onions as a kid. Now I wonder what the hell was wrong with me. I do love onions. And onions is one of those things. I'm sorry, I keep doing this because there's like a mustache hair or something that keeps like tickling my nose. Onions are one of those things that's really weird because, like, 200-300 years ago, onions were a lot sweeter than they are today. Like, you don't see too many people anymore just take an onion and bite into it like an apple, but that used to be a pretty common thing. They were a lot sweeter than they currently are. So, people just eat it like an apple. I do try foods I hate from time to time to see if my taste changes. See, that's good, I think. Just to see, because your tastes do change, right? They do from over the years. They change. Hated salad dressing as a kid. Now I can't eat salad without it. Yeah, same here. At least some vinegar or something on it, malt vinegar or something like that. I totally hear you. Would make a mess and get reprimanded, and then the food presented to you as a giant leaf of lettuce you can't cut. Like, good luck not making a mess. Yeah, exactly. And I felt like everybody was watching me. Why didn't they cut those pieces of lettuce smaller? Like, it would be like a whole leaf of lettuce from a head of iceberg. That whole big piece. It would be a whole thing in there, and it's covered with dressing, and you try and cut it with your knife or your fork and stuff, but it's so... It's bad. Thank you, Cora. Thanks. Cucumbers, love pickles. I like both. I like pickles better than cucumbers, but I do like cucumbers. Raw cabbage, not big on cooked cabbage. I like both there too. Love spinach in a salad. Hate cooked spinach. Oh, I love cooked spinach. Like, I won't do much with it. I'll just saute it with a little different types of oil. Just saute it just a little bit. And just eat it. A little bit of butter, maybe some almonds or something in there too at the end. I love spinach. What's up, Grant? What's up? Pistachios are the shit, but pistachio ice cream tastes like shit. Got you. It's good to see you, Grant. 2 more weeks, buddy. 2 more weeks. Get to hang out. Bring some warmer clothes this time. Bring some warmer clothes. I don't know what the temperature is going to be like. I wonder if, it's still too far away. 14 days. That's pretty difficult to get a accurate. 10 days is, a week before we'll know pretty much what the temperatures are going to be like in Morgantown. All right, Kyle, get the fuck out of my head. Always happy to help my friends. Spoiled sushi, but since I started growing my own, they're pretty good. Texture issues are huge with me, and that's what both Michelle and Ariel said too. Unexpected texture, no longer eating that food. Yeah, I get that. I'm trying to think of things like the egg. Yeah, that texture was pretty bad. It's like a gummy egg. It really is. The consistency of the egg white is very weird too. Like I said, I chomped down on it and it like moved, like it squeaked out. It was just like. Should I change my name to Rest Stop Sushi? Spoiled Sushi is a great name, although it is very hurtful because sushi is probably one of my favorite foods. Because there's such a huge variety of it, right? There's so many. I bet you there's something there for everybody. I know people are like, well, I don't like raw fish. Well, it doesn't have to be raw fish. There's different types, right? So, and some of the raw fish isn't what you think of anyways. You think it's going to be super fishy and super fishy, super fish, a super fishy, super fishy. She's all right. I like the flesh of tomatoes, but the seed gel part freaks me out. I love tomatoes. We're growing Romas this year, and they are big and meaty and so delicious. I've just picked the first few of them. I've got some up here because who was it that told me? They mentioned picking your tomatoes when they're just starting to get orange, as opposed to letting them ripen. And so I was trying that to see if there was any difference flavor-wise or anything like that. So I picked like 4 of them when they were just starting to turn orange, and then there's some more out on the vine that are ripening outdoors, and I'm going to see if there's any difference in taste or anything like that. But these are big Roma tomatoes. They're maybe they're not even Romas, but they're that shape, and maybe they're a different type. I thought Michelle said they were Romas. Just absolutely love tomatoes. Love it. And Coro says beefsteak are my favorite for like burgers and stuff, Roma for sauces. And I like to eat them on a sandwich, right? That's my favorite. I like to just take 2 pieces of bread, tomatoes, it doesn't matter what kind, any kind of tomatoes. It could be cherry tomatoes, it could be beefsteak, it could be anything. Romas, any type of tomatoes, cut them into, little pieces, maybe a slice if it's a beefsteak. Just some mayonnaise, a little salt, lots of pepper, boom. Only thing I put mayonnaise on purposely. Always sucks when the short hairs get stuck in your nose. Oh, geek boy. San Marzano Roma types are amazing. I don't know, are those super hardy too? Indeterminate varietal. Tommy going on tomatoes again. I don't know what these ones are. They're big Romas, and I thought that they were just Romas, but maybe they're something else. But they do taste good. I've had one of them so far. Great. I gotta buy warmer clothes. Grant says, yeah, because you don't need them, right? You don't need them. Lake Talan says, so excited for the Clash. Me too. And that's gonna be nice to meet you, because I don't think we've met. I don't know if you were there last year. If you were, I apologize. I did meet a few people that I've since forgotten, but I don't think we met last year. But so you definitely gotta say hi, because I don't know what you look like. But you've been in here a couple times, so you definitely know what I look like. And I'm hoping that people introduce themselves, because I know last year people said they were there, but they didn't introduce themselves. And last year we actually had a table, the Fish Fam table there set up with the TV and stuff, so people knew where to look. And some people stopped by. Some people did stop by. Rest Stop Sushi is like Twinkies, no expiration date. They probably squirt when you bite into them too. Nathan says Jell-O is an absolute no-go for me. I can't eat it anymore. I used to eat it, but tried a Jell-O shot once. And they put way too much alcohol. It was nasty. From that day on, Jell-O is a no. I don't really care for Jell-O either, really. I don't like that. That's my consistency that I don't like. I don't care for gummy worms or gummy stuff, unless it's, something with something that helps me sleep. That's really it. I don't care for gummy stuff. And Jell-O is sort of that same way to me, it's just sort of that same. I do like Jell-O pudding though. I do like Jell-O pudding. The biofilm on Rest Stop Sushi keeps it preserved. I tasted that visual. Yeah, that is bad. All right. Well, I got messages. Let's see if anybody's telling me stuff that's important. Sorry, bear with me. Bear with me just for a minute. She's all right. Oh, okay. It was just Discord stuff. I did not go last year. I'll be looking for you. Awesome. Looking forward to meeting you too. You know, that's the big thing is I love meeting new people. I love being approachable and you know, introducing people to. If I know somebody and somebody else doesn't, I want to make sure that they know them and they get introduced. And some people get turned off by that. Some people don't like to be around that. They might come up and say hi, but that's the extent. They don't want to say hi to everybody, or, you know, they only want to say hi to that guy. And now they've been forced to meet all these people, you know. Yeah, I like making sure everybody's included in stuff, you know. That's my whole thing is getting everybody involved, and nobody gets to stand back and be a wallflower for anything, which is difficult for Michelle because that's who she wants to be in any of those types of things. And I you know, we've been together long enough. We've been together, I don't know, somewhere around 35 years together, not married, but together. So, you know, I know enough to shut up and leave her alone. You know, I know. I could grow tomatoes in Jersey on asphalt. I moved to North Carolina. The only thing I can get out of the tomato beds is frustration. Oh, that's weird. I mean, it's got to be something, right? You know. I mean, like I said, your yard and garden and stuff is amazing. It's so manicured to hell, and I don't mean that in a bad way. That sounds like I'm insulting it, but no, it's very, very professional looking, like. Amazing. And thank you, Land O'Lakes. I'm going to call you, what am I going to call you? I'm just going to call you Lake. Lakeland. Lakeland. That's it. Your name's Lakeland. I'm going to call you Lakeland. Thank you for becoming a member. Members don't really get anything on my channel. You know, even my introduction video for that says that exact thing. I don't do any member stuff. Every once in a great while, we'll do a members only stream. I've only done like 6 maybe in the 2 years almost that I've had members. So I'm honest about it. And, you know, a lot of other channels do a lot of cool stuff for you. And I do nothing. I do nothing. Tampa Tom, what's up? Mowing while listening. Do you have Klitschy soy? Caliche? Is that what you're... Klitschy soil. I don't know what... Are you saying caliche? Is that what it's supposed to be, Tomatillo? We had in Arizona that clay stuff. We had that, which was difficult. Anytime it rained just a little bit, you'd get flooding because it didn't absorb very much. Paul, I swear, has probably forgotten more than I know about garden veg. Yeah, Paul, it's not just garden vegetables either, though. Yeah. Latoya. Oh. Well, thanks. That was weird. Windows Explorer just popped up there. Thanks for sharing your name, Latoya. Nice to meet you. Caliche. Yeah, I don't know how to spell. I'm from Texas. I don't know how to spell. I'm from Texas. I didn't say it. Tommy. Yeah, caliche. Caliche, right? The clay stuff, yeah. Yeah. Alec Kumanoff. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it, I think. And there's Whip. What's up, brother? Driving and lurking. Thanks for being here, man. You missed it, though, Whip. I tried the century eggs. I tried the kimchi, and I tried the mustard soda. So you guys will have to catch the replay if you want to see that. And I'm not eating any more of the century egg. Yeah, I think that's what upset my stomach just a little bit. I just felt a little uncomfortable, a little blah, 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 blah. That's it. I'm feeling better now. Oh, tonight, no Chattanooga Ed. Ed is going to watch the Chiefs game with his family out somewhere, sports bar or something. So there is no Chattanooga Ed on the Craft Ed tonight, but Skipper is going to go in that time slot with the Nocturnal Feeding Show. So, yeah. No, I don't think the Balout's different, right? Balut isn't the century egg, right? Isn't the Balut a different thing? Am I right or am I wrong? I thought Balut was a different one. Yeah, that is different because the balut actually has the embryo. Yeah, so it's actually got that one fertilized. It's a fertilized bird egg, and somebody said that too. I think Michelle said that if you get the century egg and you get the duck in there, that's supposed to be good luck. if you get that. The contents are eaten directly from balut that is incubated for longer periods of a well-developed embryo, and the features of the duckling are recognizable. See that? Oh, the partially developed embryo bones are soft enough to chew and swallow as a whole. Now, Drew, Fisty Bish, as I call him. He calls me Ryko Stan, and I call him Fisty Bish. Time is it? 2 o'clock. Mail might be here while he's whining. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do the balut. That one would be very difficult. I mean, again, I'd have to if somebody sent it to me. That's the rules. But man, that one I think would be very difficult. The partially developed embryo bones are soft enough to chew and swallow as a whole. Oh, that just... yeah. Balut was introduced to the Philippines by the Chinese in 1565 or around 1885, 300 years difference there, or 1565 or around 1885. Okay, what's that citation? I'm just looking at Wikipedia. History of the Filipino people. So anyways, it's been there for at least probably 300 years in the Philippines. Fried in omelets, even used as filling in baked pastries. In Vietnam, balut is eaten with a pinch of pepper salt with lime, kumquat, or ginger, or raram, also known as laksa leaf. Oh yeah, see that one's bad. I think I would have a real hard time with the balut. I think I've watched that video from Fishy Biz, and he had students eat some of it too. I think a couple of students actually tried it, and yeah, oh, I just threw up in my mouth. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. DJ Guppyfish, what's up? What's happening? How are you today, sir? DJ Guppyfish, where do you live, roughly? Where, you don't have to give me your street address. What state or what province or what country? Where do you live at, DJ? Always curious where people live. Quite a bit of poverty food I really like. I learned some recipes just in case you know some good ones. In Miami, hot, very hot. Gotcha. Somebody I have not seen in a while, and if anybody knows how to get a hold of him, Nano Aquarium Guy, speaking of Miami area, Nano Aquarium Guy, I haven't seen in probably a week, and I'm hoping Jay is okay out there. And again, I mentioned that earlier in the stream, but Eduardo lost a quarter of his foot with the surgery yesterday. He seems like he's in pretty high spirits. He seems like he's, doing pretty good. He did say it was okay to give out his address to those of you that don't have it. I know a lot of you guys are close friends with him and already have his address, but if you want to send him a card or something, shoot me an email right there. It's right at the top, ricostan.com. Send me an email and I'll get you his address so that you could send him some cards or something or whatever. MNC, he did stop in. MNC's in the hospital. I don't have an address for MNC, but he's in the hospital and will be there for quite some time. And he did stop in and tell us what was going on. His back is in bad shape, and he's had a lot of health issues too. So I feel like I just saw Nano the other day. I have not seen him in a few days. I don't know if he's just taking a break or whatever. Jay's a great guy. And speaking of emails, we'll do Whip. Yep, I'll shoot it over to you after the stream today. If I don't get it to you today, remind me please, because I might forget without the email to respond to. Shoot me a text and I'll shoot it over to you. I am still looking for more people for the focus ons too. I'll tell you who I have. I have Jeff Kane. Diego is coming up. Again, we're not doing one Saturday. Normally, we do one on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but this week is the Aquarius auction on Skipper's channel. So with the weeks he does it, he only does it once a month, and not even all year round. Like when it gets cold, they don't do the auctions. So when he does that, I don't stream. And could I? Of course I could, but I don't want to take away anything. Not that many people. He gets tons of viewers over there. I've seen more than 100 people in those streams. He gets a ton of views on those, so it's good. But still, I want people to be able to go over there and not have to choose between or anything. So I never stream on the weeks that he goes. And that's this Saturday. That's this Saturday coming up, the Aquarius auction on Skipper's channel. Next Tuesday will be Diego from Petsodics. And then I still have Jeff Kane is on my list. Hold on. I'll tell you, everybody. So if I don't have you on my list and you send an email, please resend it. I've got Jen Yu. I've got, let's see, we got Pyle, we got Eakins. Oh, Blackie. I got to reach out to Blackie. Dr. Black. Dr. Black is on my list. Chris Aquazone. Got to have him come up. Cat Hair Crafts. Sandy Remiker, Dolbeck, which I haven't seen Dolbeck in a while too, and he had some stuff going on. I think he's doing his PhD right now, so he's a little busy because I did reach out to him, but he wasn't going to have the time. Merrick, Pegasus Arena, Atomic Injections, Sharpie. Steve was here. Big Shrimpin', I did send you an email about that too. Big Shrimpin's on my list still, I think. And Sarah Sieber. I think that's everybody. That's everybody that's on my list. So if you send me an email and I didn't say your name, please, send me another one. I would love to have more people on the focus on. I want to get through the entire community at some point. So there's still a ton of people, and I'm no longer asking. Like when I first started doing it, I was asking everybody, the big channels, small channels. I was sending emails to everybody. Nowadays, sorry, Jimmy P is also on my list. Jimmy P is also on my list. I don't ask people anymore. I just ask people to tell me it's okay. That way, if nobody's interested, I don't waste my time contacting them and bugging them, and they don't have to see my emails about it. But if they're interested in being on, they can email me and let me know that, yeah, it's okay to add you to the list. Some people don't like to ask, like they want to be asked. Get the fuck over it. I'm sorry, but, we all like to be asked, and that's just not happening anymore. So if you would like to be on, or you don't care, you just don't care, it's okay to add you to the list, right? Send me an email. Send me an email. Because there's a ton of people that I still want to get to. There really aren't too many big channels left that I want to get to, really. Jason from Primetime, Jason and Joanna from Primetime. I've asked a few times, and people have said that they've asked for me, and we just can't seem to connect for whatever reason. So those two, George Farmer is on my short list of people. But out of the big channels, that's really about it. I've already got to interview most of the big channels that I really super want to interview, right? There's not a lot of those big channels that I want to interview. I'm people now? Yes, Whip. I'm sorry. I have to clump you in with the peoples. Nano at 8:31. That's the last time you saw him? You got water lilies on the pond. You can try that. So about a week ago, that's the last time you have him? Okay. Talking about tomatoes. Tanner Serpa? No, I have not interviewed Tanner. I don't imagine he would do it, but he seems like a nice guy. Yeah, he seems like a good guy. And even some of the other big channels, I'm not throwing shade. Maybe those are good people, but there might be a reason why I don't want to, or or maybe how they treat small channels, I would never think about asking those people because of how they've in the past treated bad or other channels that were a lot smaller, you know, the kinds of things that they do. And some of the people are just crappy people. That's just it. Some people are just crappy, and I don't want to waste my time interviewing somebody who's just a shitbag. They're out there. I said it. I said it. There are not very many of them. Really, this community, you know, this community is that. I've been in communities where the majority of people are those types of people. This is just a small amount. Get over it. All the shitbags. There's this community has a very, very small percentage of that. Interview Joey. The very small community, you know, a very small amount of the community is what I consider that. And it's not, it's just the way I see them treat other people, right? That's how I sort of, you know, I try not to judge people, but when I see how they treat other people that that they can't get anything from, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that will kiss ass when they can get something in return, right? They're looking for some type of support or whatever. You know, I've seen that numerous times. People have sent me stuff asking to collaborate, but yeah, regardless, when those people treat people that they can't get anything from, and they treat them in a good manner, that's sort of how I judge people. It's how you treat people. It's like how somebody would treat a waiter or somebody serving your food or something like that. If I was to go somewhere and you were treating the waiter just horrible for no reason, and they're just trying to do their job, yeah, you're a shitbag. And I would judge you, and I wouldn't want to have anything to do with you. So okay, I'm done with that person. Moving on. There's no sense in surrounding yourself with just shitty people. There's no sense in doing it. So you just ignore and move along. Life's too short. Killer Kitty, thank you. Hello. Killer Kitty. Some days I feel more attacked than others. Back off. This one ain't about you. There's nobody in here it's about. It's, you know, it's just people like that. Killer Kitty's lurking while walking the doggo. Nice. MB Reef, hello. What's going on? Good point, Geek Boy. I never understand why people would be rude to people that handle what you put in your mouth. Like Waiting, that movie Waiting with Ryan Reynolds. Absolutely love that movie. Some of the stuff that they do to the people. But yeah. Yeah. I only ever help people who can do something for me. Yeah, that's you, Whip. You're a horrible person, and you really, you're always looking for something in return every time, Whip. You're just you're a horrible person. Horrible person. For anybody that doesn't know, Whip is definitely not that person. If you've ever met him, you know he's not that person. Hell, he drove down to Virginia. Where'd you drive to? Where did the KG Tropicals move to? They moved from Virginia to North Carolina. That's it. And Whip went down to help them move tanks and set up stuff. He wasn't getting anything out of it, just to hang out with his friend. Drove 6 hours to meet my favorite fish tuber, and he was a complete ass. Oh, that is horrible. They say that, right? They say that. Don't meet your heroes. That is unfortunate. Yeah. Most of the people aren't like that. They really aren't. There's, like I said before, very, very few people in this community are not just amazing people. The ratio of amazing people in this community compared to anything else I've ever been in is so high. Brooklyn Bell, hi lady. And I've done that too, though, not with a fish tuber, but like Gale Sayers, he was a running back for the Chicago Bears in the 60s, was one of my favorite people, one of my heroes. And then I got to meet him, and he was horrible. And he was paid to be at the event, and my son was with me, and he just was a horrible person to both of us. His wife was super nice, but he was just horrible. Hey, look at this. Hi. Come here. Up, up. Up, up. Wally's got a bump on his nose. Alexander Williamson? I don't know what... I can't imagine anybody thinking Alexander is an ass. because I have hung out with him, not person to person, but, you know, behind the scenes and stuff. And I think he's a good guy. Hey, what are you doing? No. Well, he just got in the garbage and got the shell for the century egg. Nope. Yeah, you're being sneaky, you son of a bitch. Can't have it. I don't know what it'll do to him. Oh, Jay is good. He just messaged me. He got into a car accident and then caught the flu, so he's had 0 extra time. He said he'll be back on a live stream soon when he can get caught up. Wow. Okay, thank you, Tomatio. I appreciate that. I'll have to reach out to him. That's another good person there. That just super nice guy. You know, I the people who just don't have beef with other people. That's who I like to hang around. And Jay is definitely one of those people. You know, those I think. Oh, as a possible interviewee. Oh yeah, I've already interviewed Alex. Yeah, I've hit. You know, I got the co-op. I got both KG Tropical people. You know, John and Lisa, Tank Tested. We've done 107 of them. Trying to think. Dan's Fish, Bentley Pasco. I mean, yeah, I have a playlist actually of all the people for the focus-ons. And hold on, let me. Dean's Fish Room. That was fun. I like Dean. Dean's just a good guy. I like Dean so much. He's just somebody you could sit and just have a good time with, you know, having a beer, relaxing. I would love to. Dean's on my short list of people to hang out with. Okay. Let's look at just the big channels here. I'm just going through all of them, trying to, you know, the cutoff is sort of, I don't know, maybe 10,000, I guess. Mike from Fish Tank Barn, we did that. Susie Q, I don't think Susie Q has 10,000, but she's got a good sized channel. Blake's Aquatics. The only Australian so far was Blake. Blake's a great guy too. I had a lot of fun with that. Grant and Shelby. There's Corey, Alex from Tank Tested. I'm not going to go through all of them, obviously, because there's, like I said, there's 107. There's Dean, Taylor from Simply Betta, Bob Steenfott, and oh, I just burped up more of the century egg. That one sticks with you. That century egg sticks with you. Alex from Secret History, Peck Tech. Yeah, so those are the real ones, the good one. Those are the big ones. I mean, those are the big channels. I think I got all of them. I feel like I missed somebody. I've been pretty lucky to get a lot of the people that I enjoy watching to come up for the focus on. Very lucky. And some people, because I just started out and I only had like 300 subscribers and I was getting the big channels, and they were like, how do you do that? And I said, I asked them, because people never ask. Same thing. I would love to go up on more streams with other people, but nobody ever asks. Jorge, you know, I was on with him a couple weeks ago. Skipper always asks. You know, I'll be with Skipper tonight. Skipper always includes me, but I just don't get asked. I would love to go up on other channels with people and do stuff. And I, you know, I ask twice a week. I have got people up with me. So I would love to go do others. Ben Ochart, thanks, Whip. Ben, I have Ben. Yep, Ben came up. I didn't, I did get to spend, and Ben was a good interview too. He's just, seems very calm. I could tell you stories about things we've done to ship back customers' food when they were rude. Never be rude to your wait staff prior to getting your food. Yeah. Just don't be rude to people anyways. They're just doing their jobs. I mean, I'm not talking about Nazis. Great. Now I'm going to be demonetized. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about just doing their jobs, like your wait staff and people that are you know, be polite to those people, man. If you're upset about something, it's not their fault 90% of the time, you know, and being upset with them isn't going to do anybody any good. Don't be a Karen. Don't be a Karen. Alishon, what's up, dude? Yeah, Ben was already on. Jimmy Gimble, I have not got Jimmy on, and I did ask him a long time ago, but I never got a response. He might do it. He seems like a nice guy. Bentley seems like a cool dude. Yeah, Bentley's a lot of fun. And again, you know, we had Shane on Tuesday night, and I walk out and come back to Don't Be a Karen. I had Shane on Tuesday night, right? And I had Garcia Saturday before. Absolute thing I love about those focus-ons by far, the most thing I just absolutely love about it is when somebody says something, I'm like, yeah, me too. Like we have that thing in common that we can, you know, I love that part of it. Shane and I had a ton in common. You've got stuff in common with everybody, and you don't even think about it. So sometimes you might see somebody and think you're on opposite sides of something, and then you start talking to them, and you find out, actually, we've got a ton in common. A lot more than you think, you know, and if you can focus on those things first and then talk about the things that you disagree on, maybe there's even some common ground in there for a lot of stuff. What if they're really bad at their job? Can we be rude then? No. No. They're probably already freaking out because they're really bad at their job and they're just trying to get through, and they probably just started doing that thing. Otherwise, they would have left that job and done something they were better at, you know? So they're probably already freaking out. And then here comes this guy. He's, you know, 6'4". He's got hair down to his ass. He looks like Zach Wilde, and he's just a total dick to them. Don't do that. Scuba Steve. What's up, dude? Scuba Steve, you know, when you meet me, remember, it's got to be low energy, dude. It's got to be low energy. Don't sap my energy. I've got to conserve it for, you know, Thursday through Monday. So I gotta have my energy. So you can't take all my energy, Scuba Steve, the first day we meet, okay? I'm joking with him. I'm messing with him. I'm just messing with him. Zach Wilde is amazing. Yes, he is. He is. He actually is. Everyone's just trying to get along, right, Alec? Yep. Just trying to get through the day. Just trying to get through the day, right? And if you could do something nice for somebody, a bad situation happens. Listen to me preach again. You guys all know this. You guys all believe this. That's why most of you are just amazing people, because you believe the same things. But you're in a bad situation. Something bad happens. You know, show a little understanding to the person on the other side that's trying to help you to get through it. You know, they probably didn't cause the issue. They might have, but a little bit of understanding, man, and then their day gets better. You're a dick to them, and then they pay it forward, because then they're a dick to somebody else because they're in a shitty mood because you yelled at them because, you know, whatever. The work he did for Ozzy and BLS is unparalleled. I do like Zach Wilde, and his own band too is pretty damn good. John from KG Tropicals always calls Whip that. He always says Whip looks like Zach Wilde, and I can see it. I can see it. I can see it, especially that beautiful beard. I told Whip that, but I tried to dye my beard once with organic beard dye. And they said you can't have any alcohol in your, you know, you can't use shampoo with alcohol. You can't. So I made sure I didn't, and I didn't have any alcohol around. I didn't wash my face with anything and I was at work, so it turned out pretty good. You know, it was a darker color. My beard had gone gray pretty quickly. Like it was right around the time I was diagnosed with RA was when my beard changed color in just a very short time. It's like a month. It just went gray from ginger. And it, you know, it turned out pretty good. It wasn't black, but it was a darker brown, and it looked okay. And then I went to work And then somebody said, dude, your beard's like purple. And I was like, what? And I went and looked in the mirror, and my beard, it got purple. It was just purple. It was purple. And they started calling me Grape Ape at that place. All my coworkers started, I got called Grape Ape for just so long. It didn't turn out, you know, it was fine at first, so I didn't see it until I got to work, and that was the next day, and that's when it turned purple. So I was Grape Ape until I retired from that place. That Pantera isn't actually Pantera. Gotcha. I don't know too much about Pantera. I know they've been around for a long time. Sorry, that's 2 F-bombs. Only supposed to have 1 F-bomb. It's PG-13. Okay, we got anything else to talk about? So Century eggs, definite snarf, or excuse me, definite barf. Mustard flavored soda. Can't describe the flavor, but it's not very mustardy. Now that I've been away from stuff for a little bit, let's taste it again. Mustard on a hot dog. That's what it tastes like. So it's mustard hot dog water. That's what that tastes like. The kimchi was delicious. Definitely a snarf, but again, I've had kimchi quite often, and I absolutely love it. I've loved it for a very long time. And this wasn't really, even though it was canned, really wasn't that much different than the bottled stuff, the jarred stuff. I actually ran over a newspaper, not paying attention. No. So now there's a yard. The chocolate starfish. What? Chocolate. I didn't eat any. I almost said it. I didn't eat any of that here. Chocolate starfish. I ate no balloon knots. That was news to you, Tom. No, Kyle. Dirty water dog soda. With mustard. With mustard, Alishon. Half the band is dead. The band died when Dimebag Darrell died. Dimebag Darrell died. Yeah, that is a chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Was who? What album was that? Smashing Pumpkins? No. Who was that? What was that? I know that. I know that. What? Limp Bizkit. Okay. 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 I knew that. I just couldn't remember it. Coral got it first, Kyle. That's for your bad joke. News to you. All right. I got nothing else to talk about, I don't think. Just trying to look and see. Oh, I lost a Bozeman eye this morning. He was looking just washed out. He really did. He didn't have anything recognizable, but just yesterday when I looked at him, he was swimming fine, but his colors were a little washed out. Like he just wasn't doing that good. He was probably about 4 years old, so really not, I mean, they last a lot longer than that. So I'm not sure what happened to him, but he passed away. That was the first one I lost of those, Bozeman eye. The other ones look fine. No problems with any of the other ones. He wasn't the best male. The best male is still in there, like it's the brightest color, but he was the second best. There's like, I think I have 5 males, and he was the second most colorful. So yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but just his color was washed out, right? Like he looked old. He looked old. Share my first eye naturalist find. The very first one I did. Let's see. Can I? Yeah, I think I can show them. I think they're in chronological order. Pretty sure they are. Oh, I think it's the mustard soda that's coming up a little bit too, because I'm getting burps that just aren't fun. Very first one was not even I have to go back to it and try and identify it. I forgot to go back, but it was that one, which I had taken quite a while ago. Sapapia. So I didn't even drill down to see what that was. And there you can see where I saw it. So that's the first, and here's the first actual come on. Small chanterelles. That's the first actual ID'd one. And I have 209 observations now. 209 of 180 different species. Lots of birds. Lately there was a lot of mushrooms. A couple of them still need to be identified. Most of it's plants. Most of it's plants, which is weird because I was a birder for so long, and I don't have too many birds on my list. Mark Knopfler might be near the top of the list of greatest guitar players that nobody knows. I could agree with that. It's very difficult for me to say the greatest or whatever. Mark Knopfler is definitely up there though, and I think a lot of people do know him. You know, Dire Straits. Definitely a very distinct guitar player though, and that's what I like too. Is that they don't just sound like everybody else and they're technically better. You know, they're just faster or something like that. Yngwie Malmsteen sort of comes to mind when I think of that, right? Because he was a classically trained and he's a great guitar player, but I felt like a lot of it was just the speed and his technical skills, which, you know, obviously you need, but I feel like Mark Knopfler has a lot more soul in there. There's a lot more feeling in that. Just like oh my God, Peter Frampton. Peter Frampton. People don't talk too much about Peter Frampton guitar playing, and he's up there as well, I think. Like, we had an album of his, he did covers. He did covers of a lot of bands they were all instrumental, just him playing. And Peter Frampton is a great guitar player. Paula's having a Goodeiid and Limia population explosion, waiting for the fry to get some sizing before I start moving them. Gotcha. I am going to be bringing some of those to the Clash too, those same ones. And Paul, I'm pretty sure that mine also came from Greg Sage, right? Isn't that what you said, Alishon? Alishon's the one who gave them to me, but I thought he said that's where he got them originally too. But it's strange how much yours are red and blue, and mine are orange and blue. Mine have good color on them. That they got great color. It's just that it's a different color than yours. Yours is very much a red, where mine is a very much an orange. It's interesting to me on how different that is. It'd be cool if you could bring some up to mix back in with the other populations. I did get to see Yngwie Malmsteen with AC/DC. Oh, Joel. Okay, I'm sorry, Alishon. You're from Joel. Okay, gotcha. I don't know why I thought Greg Sage. Okay. I remember you saying where you got them from, but you've had them for a long, long time. But yeah, I got to see Yngwie with AC/DC. I don't remember what, for those about to rock, maybe that tour? I saw them at a place where the Phoenix Firebirds used to play. It was by Compton Terrace. Not in Compton, it was in Arizona. Compton Terrace was, there were shows there. You had the baseball stadium. You had Legend City, which was a amusement park we used to go to all the time. Tiger Limias. I do not. Anyone have any going to the Clash? I do not have any Tiger Limias. I have no Limias at all yet. They're on my list too. They're on my short list. I think I might pick up another live bearer of some sort from the Clash. I've been thinking about it. Maybe some Platties or Mollies, or maybe some Limias. I'm not sure. Dragon Force's guitarist, and I don't know, the Herman Lee and Sam Topman come to mind for me. Great in their own right, but meh. Oh, gotcha. They're so they technical skills, but something seemed to be missing, right? it's not all about speed and technical know-how to me. Like, you know, I always thought Jimmy Page, you know, I love Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, and definitely very bluesy, you know, and he could play some stuff, and he's been playing for a long time. But when you put him up to people like Alex Van Halen and other people from the era, Tony Iommi, stuff like that, you know, he pales when it comes to the technical skills. But there's just something about how he sounds that I just absolutely love, right? It's all about how they put it together. We've talked about this so many times, how subjective all artwork is. You know, anytime I see a top 10 list of anything that's art related, I'm just like, how can you do that? How can you, this band is better than that band, and you know, this is the best guitar player ever? No, it's just, I don't know, I can never do that. I have a very hard time giving my favorites of anything like that. Video games, I couldn't tell you what my top 10 video games were right now. Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. I'm actually loving Starfield. Baldur's Gate 3 is good too, but I stopped playing because Starfield came out. I've been playing it for a week. I got it last Friday, and absolutely love it. It's so much fun. The guy from Coheed and Cambria, the lead singer guitar player, Claudio Sanchez. Claudio is also a writer, and has written some graphic novels and some novels and stuff too. Some pretty interesting stuff that goes hand in hand with Coheed, and also he's got some separate stuff too that is really good. Cries in PlayStation. Hey, you know, there's been those oh yeah, the actual guitar player. Claudio plays guitar, but he's rhythm, I think, right? Yeah, I forgot what his name is too, which if my son was here, he would be very upset with me that I didn't know what his name was. Back to the Starfield, there's been tons of games that are, you know, only on one platform or the other. And I know a lot of people are upset right now, and they're giving Starfield bad reviews because it's not on the PlayStation. You know, it is what it is. I don't like those, you know, people can play it on the PC, you know, so at least it's not just PlayStation, which is, you know, it's been that way in the past where it was only there. You couldn't play it on the PC. I don't like any of those, though. I just wish they were all out there. Brookley's playing Witcher 3 right now. Nice. That's a great one. Witcher 3. I love that one. Played the hell out of that one. Metallica, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. Ride the Lightning was my favorite from Metallica. I liked Ride the Lightning, but you know why? That was the one that really a friend of mine turned me on to first. And I think that's why I liked Ride the Lightning the best. That's the same way with Coheed. I like their fourth album the best. That was the first album I listened to. Any Australian friends here? I haven't seen Craig or Mark. I haven't seen Mark in a few days. I heard they don't do tips there. Is that true? I mean, most places don't do tips, right? Tipping is not a common thing in the rest of the world. It's a pretty American thing to tip. Tipping is usually somebody who, you know, like at a restaurant and stuff, like in the UK, it's usually somebody who really, really went way above and beyond to give them a tip. It's never expected. People complaining for their poor choices and platforms. Yeah, troll. Stupid Americans. Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of stuff we do, you know. A lot of stuff we do, I think that we could learn stuff from other places. Hey, I love living here. You know, if you start criticizing America, you instantly get that, well, you don't like it, move somewhere else. Yeah, that's dumb. I think the people who criticize the most are probably the people who love it the most, because they see the flaws and they want to make it better. You know, they see the flaws, and no place is perfect. We have our flaws and things that we could fix. We really do. We have a ton of things that we could fix and be better at. And we have the means. We just don't do it. So I think, you know, anytime somebody just shuts you down and tries to say, well, if you criticize where you live, then you must not love it. You should go somewhere else. No. No. Skipper, what's up, dude? What's happening? All right. 230, Kyle. 230. Whip says, I saw Metallica open for Ozzy. I saw that one too, mid-80s, and holy shiznit, I went an Ozzy fan and came out Metallica. Was Raven at that concert too, Whip? Because I'm pretty sure the concert I saw was Metallica, Ozzy, and Raven. And I saw Michael Bolton open, I thought, for Ozzy too, but when I went to look up the concerts, I couldn't find it. Michael Bolton had that, his first album, he was a, you know, metal hair band, Fool's Game, the album Fool's Game. And I swear to God, I saw him open for Ozzy, but when I went to look up all those, I could not find it at all. So I saw Michael Bolton open, one of my favorite characters from The Office Space. I saw him open for some, you know, heavy metal band or heavy band. I thought it was Ozzy, and I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay. All right, I feel like I'm done. I feel like I spent all day at the bottom of the chat. Hey, Stu, if you're watching replay, if you were here, man, if you were here, I wouldn't be at the bottom of the chat. You promised. And now look, you fell through on your promise. Honestly, they made such a huge impression on me that I only remember it's Metallica. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Man, we used to go to, that's all we did back in, you know, late 70s, early 80s. That's all it was. It was shows. That was the big draw that was the pinnacle of our entertainment, was going to shows. And we saw, and it was always big shows. I mean, I did go to, you know, a few places, but it was always, you know, bigger shows, like at some kind of a stadium or arena or something like that. You know, I saw Rush 3 times. I saw Aerosmith and Deep Purple. I saw Black Sabbath. Oh my God, so many. Zeppelin was one I never ever. I never saw Zeppelin, and that was the one that I would have loved to see. Never saw Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd was a band I always really wanted to see and just never got to. Saw AC/DC a few times. I saw Bob Seger and the Georgia Satellites. They had that Keep Your Hands to Yourself. I forgot the song. Anyone ever go to Summerfest at the stadium? No. Where's that in New York? What part of New York? Sushi? I can always pick out the good guitarists. Their style is always there. Stevie Ray Vaughan, right up there. Yep, played on some of Bowie's most popular songs, and you knew he was there. Stevie Ray Vaughan, yeah, is definitely up there among my favorites. I love to listen to Stevie, and I like to hear him sing too. Pride and Joy, my God, that song is great. I think Buffalo. Oh, that's not super far. Buffalo's like 2.5, 3 hours from us. I've never been to any. I did see. Let's see. What is it? Is it the Armory, or is that in Rochester? I can't remember where in Buffalo we saw Coheed. I can't remember. I think the Armory is in Rochester. Some of those days. So I saw Stevie's last concert. I never saw Stevie in concert either, and I absolutely loved him. My roommate he did a lot of covers of Stevie, and actually nailed some of them. He really did. They played some of those songs. They did covers once in a while. They did a lot of their own stuff, but they did covers too. And Pride and Joy was up there as one of my favorites that they did. Not so much the singing in the band at that time. Nobody could really sing like Stevie, but Joe, he really could play. He did a good job with Pride and Joy. I always wonder how those people are doing these days. I still see one of them once in a while. I still see some of them. I see my friend Sean Patrick O'Shea, who always call him the good Italian boy because it's so Irish. Sean Patrick O'Shea. And he does a lot of the Irish stereotypes that are so bad. he sort of falls in with them. And he's just a little guy, and he seems like a leprechaun. I know that's almost, it's not racist, but it's borderline against any Irish people. Paul McCarthy, I'm sorry if you're watching this replay. But he was like a little leprechaun because he was a little guy, had super long hair. He was always the guy, though, that got drunk first. Like, he would have just a couple of beers and his face would change, right? He looked like a different person. And but then he'd have 30 more, on top of that, and still be that same level of drunk. But we always had to take care of Sean. So we were stupid. We were all, just dumb. We were a bunch of kids. We were partying hard all the time. And we thought we could teach Sean a lesson by, one time we put him out in the front yard with most of his bedroom. He had an extension cord, so his alarm clock was out there. So he woke up in the morning and most of his bedroom was in the front yard. His bed, he was laying in his bed, and alarm clock, so his nightstand was there, not most of it. I guess that was really about it. Just a nightstand in his bed, alarm clock. And he woke up in the front yard. One time he was at the practice and he was so drunk he couldn't even play and he passed out. And some of the band members' girlfriends were there and they put him in a teddy, a nightgown and lingerie, and paint his face and stuff. And we took a Polaroid of him because that's how long ago it was. I know Polaroids have sort of made a comeback, but it was back when Polaroids were popular. Took a Polaroid picture of him, and one of his friends from work was at the practice because people would come to the practice and it would be a party and stuff too, and they would just play music for us basically. So we had live music but they were also practicing. And we gave that Polaroid to his friend who took it to work and put it on the corkboard at work, and they voted him prettiest roofer of the month for 3 months in a row. He was the prettiest roofer of the month. We threw him in the pool, hoping, knowing we might have to go get him if he didn't start floating. And let's see what else. One time we were at a party where there was this huge guy there, and Sean was into the whiskey or something, and he walks up to the biggest guy there and just hits him. And Sean was not a big guy. Sean was 5'4", 5'5", something like that. And he punched the guy because he had to punch up, and he just punched the guy in the face, and the guy just sort of shrugged it off, and he picked him up. So Sean was turned around. Sean was facing us and kicking his feet and stuff, and his guys hold him, and he was like, "What's wrong with your friend?" He had like a Andre the Giant kind of, because the guy was so big, he just hold him. And Sean got upset with everybody because of that, and he left the party. And he went and he passed out on a corner of a very busy road there in Arizona, in Chandler. We were in Chandler. And he passed out on a red anthill, fire ants. And he woke up in the morning, slept through them biting him, and his whole side was just pussy and just from all the bites. I mean, it was just, oh my God, it was so disgusting. So disgusting. Yeah, Gary Wright passed away the other day. We lost Jimmy Buffett, and then who was the other one? There was three of them. Who was the other musician that passed away? It's always in threes, right? Steve Miller can still play like a mofo. Can't sing like he used to as a backup guy that sounds just like Steve used to, though. You know who else was in Steve Miller's band for a long time? Boz Scaggs. Boz Scaggs. Lido Shuffle. Lido. He always sounded like a Muppet to me. He had that. Lido. Lido missed the boat that day. He left the shack. He always sounded like a Muppet. But he was in Steve Miller's band. Did some stuff with other bands too. Carlos saw Robert Plant and Jimmy Page do some Zeppelin stuff. Was Bono's son, what's his son, Jason? Was Jason Bonham the drummer for them for that tour? I think Jason sounds a lot like his dad. We Irish can take it. Sorry, Alisha. Yeah, who was the other like a Muppet? Hello, folks. The other one who sounded like a Muppet was the lead singer of Molly Hatchet. Molly Hatchet. the Flirting with Disaster. He always sounded like a Muppet to me. And hi, Ryan. Always the hup, 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 oh yeah thing, that he does right in the middle. He always sounded. I got to see Molly Hatchet with Triumph and Triumph, Molly Hatchet. I thought there was a third band. Maybe it was only Triumph and Molly Hatchet. God, that was a long time ago. I got searched. I got patted down. Not too many people did, but as you came in, a bunch of cops there, and you came into the arena, and I got patted down. I was wearing moccasin boots with the fringes, those moccasin boots, dark brown corduroys, a Led Zeppelin shirt, because that's what I always wore then, and a leather fringed vest. And, didn't have the thing. I don't remember what it said on the back. It had all the patches and stuff, and I had a little something there, for the concert. Yeah. Love Boss Skaggs, Dr. A says. Yeah, I'm a fan of Boss Skaggs too. I like listening to him every once in a while. Lido Shuffle, and what was the other big hit? What was his other big hit? Thanks for the flashbacks. Dave Hulbeck, was that the lead singer of Molly Hatchet? I can never remember what his name was. Alex said post Dire Straits Mark Knopfler was even better, starting with Notting Hillbillies. Solo career was amazing. Great music and literate lyrics. Yep, all his songs tell stories. Yeah. Loan Me a Dime. That's a good one by Boss Skaggs. What was the other one that he had? Lido Shuffle, and there was he had another big hit, and I'm drawing a blank on what it was. What, damn it, I know it. I listen to it quite often. I don't know if I said hi to Jeff. What's up, Jeff? And Mark? What's up, Mark? So who was the other one then? We had Gary Wright. We had Jimmy Buffett. And who was the other musician that passed away? I can't remember who it was now. See, I hate this. I know things, but I don't remember them. I absolutely hate that. Damn it. Who? I don't remember. It'll come to me. Somebody will look it up and pop it in the chat. Somebody already is, and I'm just waiting because the chat hasn't moved in a while. I hate being at the bottom of the chat, too. There's Todd. What's up, Todd? Hello, sir. 2 weeks left to go, friend. It sounded weird. 2 weeks to go, friend. It sounded like something from an old Western or anything. Molly Hatchet top songs. Well, Flirting with Disaster always sticks in my head. The Highwayman. That's it, Jenna P. That's who I was thinking of. The lead singer of Smash Mouth. Yeah. Yep. That's who it was. It ain't no joke. Yeah, that's who the other one was. Thanks, Jenna. I knew it was three. It's almost always threes, right? Way better than the day you call me Butter. Yeah, because it's gonna be like Buddy and something else. Butter. That's because my mouth starts moving. My brain's already going. It's going, and then my mouth catches up sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gets in the middle. I have combined words so many times. The day my oldest son was butter from another udder. The day my oldest son was born, Michelle had a C-section, and I was sitting right by her head, and they finally got through the process, and the scale was right across her in the room, across her head. So I looked across her. They went and they put him on the scale, and he looked like he was this big. He wasn't a big kid. I mean, our kids got bigger as they went. The first one, my oldest son, was only 7 pounds, 12 ounces, I think, something like that. Aiden was 10 pounds, right? So they went up. Ariel was a lot bigger too. She was just under 9 pounds. Aiden was 10 pounds even. But So he wasn't a big baby, but when they put him on that scale, he looked huge. He was just like, I was like, oh my God, look at that. And then they brought him over and he was like this. It's what it looked like. He had like shrunk on the walk over. He was small. And the nurse said, do you want to hold him? And I meant to say, I'm afraid. And I meant to say, I'm scared. And I just went, I'm a scared. And she just sort of looked at me and laughed. And I went, I'm afraid, because I combined the words. I'm a scared. Butter from another mutter, from another udder. Club called Slim's on 11th Street in San Francisco, co-owned by Boz. Heard a lot of good music there. I've never been to San Francisco. Never once. Never been. So excited for the Clash. Me too. Yeah, big time. Me too. I am so excited. You know, it's our one event every year, and you know, getting to see again. Jenna said there was something 50 some people registered last year from our community. I swear, and we need to go back and look at the pictures. I swear we had like 65 there, but I was probably just remembering wrong. And some of those people didn't register. Some of those people came later. Some of those people weren't even in the pick because like Mike B and Maritza, they missed it. And who else missed it? There's a few people that missed the picture, but regardless. So officially there was 50 some there, and this year there's 93 registered. So there's, you know, twice as many, and that doubled the year before too. So this will be my third year going. The first year there was only like 26 of us or so there. Next year there was 50 some. This year there's 90 some, you know, so it's getting close to doubling every year. So that'd be amazing if next year there's 200 that are going to be there. And really think about that. You know, Mark Sturlson's going to be there. Bunny Viper's supposed to be there. There's a whole bunch of people. Dr. A says 92 because he's registered but not going to be. Yeah. Pizza party on Friday night was mob from our group. Well, the pizza party was supposed to be for our group. It really was. It was supposed to be just for the fish fam. But we were like, you know, it doesn't matter if those other people come in as well, right? The people that really aren't, you know, they were just people that helped out. But that was put together. Scotty got that fish store to donate back to that because last year the monetary donations were mostly from our community. This year it hasn't been like that. I know a lot of people have still done things. I have not been able to do a single thing. Last year I did a couple of the, I think 2 maybe. I did 2 of the things, and then I also sponsored the hospitality suite. This year I can't do anything. So last year we really did most of the funding for the Clash came from our community. We really did a huge amount of it. Huge amount. Let's see. Highlight of my year. So amazing to meet so many of our community. Yeah. Oh, same, Todd. Same. Yeah. The day Rico spoke Texan. A scared. Lots of amazing live music from live at Daryl's house. Yeah, and I haven't watched too many of those. Somebody sent me something to watch, and I watched that one, but that was it. Oh, was it Patty? Maybe it's Dee Dee. Was it Dee Dee? Were you the one that told me about the live from Daryl's house? I can't remember who it was. One of the musical benefits of growing up outside of New York City was downtown music venues. Yeah, Blondie, the Clash, B-52s, the Ramones, the Police, all those in small clubs, and I saw them all. I got to see the Police, and I think that's it out of the list that you have there. I'd love to see all those people though, but I got to see the Police, Madness, and the Thompson Twins together. That was a great show. Because I always like Madness. One step beyond our house in the middle of our street. Love those. Love Madness. Police too. I absolutely loved the Police. Police were one of my favorite bands there. Early 80s. Zenyatta Mandata, Ghost in the Machine. I mean, they just had some amazing albums. Definitely very unique sound at the time too. Yeah, CBGB. You never made it. I mean, I lived on the West Coast at that time. Well, I'm Arizona, not the West Coast, but I lived out west when all the good stuff was happening. Okay, I think I should probably quit now. What do you think? 10 minutes. We'll make it 3 o'clock. Excuse me. We'll make it to 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to take off and take Wally for a walk. You know, I might pick up the CBGB shirt next time I'm at Target Geek. Such a legendary place. That just seems wrong, though. Picking up the CBGB shirt at Target seems wrong. My wife says one step beyond describes me to a T. You always push it just a little bit too far, like trying to tie her to the top of the car when you want a big aquarium. That kind of thing. Paul, we're going to have a good time. We are going to have a good time. You know, the only thing I worry about is flare-ups, because you never know when a flare-up is coming. And so far, I've been lucky that way. I've been pretty decent. So I don't. I'm hoping that it's fine. I'm hoping that there's no flare-ups. I don't want to be stuck in the hotel room while everything's going on, or not even be able to make it. That would really suck, because the hotel's already set up. Everything's ready. You know, tickets were bought by Whip. You guys paid for the hotel and the trip, so that would be shit. That would just be complete shit. So no matter how I feel, I'm going to make it there, but I might just be stuck in the hotel room a little bit more or something at the worst case. Worst case. What's up, Debs? What were we talking about? Oh no, we were talking about Irish, not English. I don't know why I thought of that. My sister-in-law is a niece of Sting. Oh, gotcha. Gordon Sumner. I always like Sting solo stuff, too. DJ Guppyfish says, 1988 Orange Bowl, Monsters of Rock, Dokken. I remember Dokken. Kingdom Come, Scorpions, Metallica, Van Halen. Wow. Yeah, hopefully people, if it does, then that's worst case. You know, I'm hoping that things are good. I've been feeling pretty good lately, but here. Yeah, you can't see it. It's weird, because usually before the flare-ups, I get almost like a lupus mask. You know, people with lupus, they oftentimes get that mask. RA and lupus are related. You can see a little bit of it. So, and I've been feeling it. So I don't know if that'd be good, actually, if it came now, because by the time the Clash came around, I'd be fine. So I'm hoping that if it does happen, that's usually how I can tell. Like Michelle will see it too. Like she'll say, "Oh, that's really red. Are you feeling it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's coming." It's weird, because a lot of people with RA don't get that telltale sign like that. It's not a common thing for RA. But hopefully, if it's going to happen, maybe it'll happen now, and then I get it over with. Because it doesn't use. It's very rarely has it lasted more than like 5-6 days at the very most. You know, usually it's like 2 or 3 days of really bad, and then I'm just really exhausted. So, no, that's good, TJ, Todd. You guys have already done more than enough. If there's anything we can do to help make the trip easier, let us know. We're here for you. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you, but you guys have done way more than enough already. You guys are the only reason we even get to go. So I couldn't ask for another thing, and yeah, there's nothing really that can happen anyways. I'm like Shaggy. Wasn't me. I don't know who told me about that. Somebody told me about the Daryl Hall, the live at Daryl's house, and I don't remember who it was. It was somebody from our group. Police percussionist was out of this world. Yeah, who was it? So it was Sting, Copeland. I forget. Stuart Copeland was the guitar player. Who was the drummer? Does the name start with A? Is it Alex? But he just called the getting a fish at my LFS 5 minutes away. I sent a spy report. Myrtle! Hi, Myrtle. Hi, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. You know what? We didn't ask the Myrtle question on Shane's stream on Tuesday night. And I think that was the very first time it didn't get asked in 107 streams. I think that might have been the first time I realized afterwards. A lot of times I go back and watch the stream again, because I want to see, you know, all the stuff I missed in the first hour, because I don't even have the chat up. I have to close it because otherwise I get distracted. So I had to go back. I go back and watch the first hour so that I can see all the comments that are made and stuff, because there's a lot of good conversation in that first hour that I always just miss. Do I take any of the new biologics? No, I stopped taking what I was taking, which was Humira and methotrexate. I haven't seen anything else that is really different. Stuart Copeland was the drummer. Andy Summer was the guitarist. Thank you, Paul. I got him switched. Stuart Copeland, drummer. Andy Summer, guitarist. There we go. I don't know how I got those confused. I was not asked the Myrtle question on my focus on, but that was forever ago. Well, then it wasn't the first. It was forever ago, wasn't it? It was like 2 years ago. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah. See you, Todd. Flips a table. So there's probably been a few of them where we missed the Myrtle question. And Kyle's asking, if I could change one thing about Stephen, it was that he lived, you know, right down the street. Stephen and Jenna lived right down the street. That's what I would change about them, because I know that we would both be the kind of people that would be like, hey, what are you doing today? But it would be a text, not us knocking on the door, you know, saying, hey, you want to hang out or something? And yeah, because he would be because I don't want people showing up to my house. I don't. In fact, people are coming next year probably to hang out with us. I know Kelly was talking about maybe coming up next October. And you cannot have the peas and switch weather. Yeah. It did hit 80 today, though, so I was wrong about not hitting any 80s. And we did have a 90-degree this week, I think, or we were very close to it. But starting tomorrow, it definitely goes back down. I think it's tomorrow. It might even be Saturday. And then next week, we're in the 60s. But I've had people say, I'm coming up to hang out. So don't be offended if you come to the area and we don't actually bring you to our house. We probably won't even drive by the house. I've said it before. Honestly, we are embarrassed of our home. And I know people aren't coming here to see our house or coming here to see us. I get that. But, yeah, we, you know, we don't invite people over to our house. It's in the middle of, it's been in the middle of reconstruction for a decade. You know, everybody said, I forbid the peas to move. Not even me. I just, you know, like when Kelly comes up next year, we'll go do a lot of stuff in the area and we'll come show the neighborhood, but we probably won't stop at our house unless something happens and we get some of the stuff done, which I really doubt. It's not looking like it's going to happen anything until next year. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars we got to do. The earliest would be probably 2025. Your mom let you come out and play? I mean, if the P's and the Ricos would move to Colorado, problem solved on all fronts. I would, I like Colorado. There's a lot to like about Colorado, but I will never leave a big body of water. I'll never live away from a big body of water again. I have to be near one of the Great Lakes or, you know, the oceans, something like that. It's got to be a big body of water that I can't see across. I really won't ever, but I do love Colorado, and it's a place I could definitely vacation for a very long time. Beautiful, beautiful place. It's got its own stuff. Just couldn't do it though. I need to live. I need to live next to water. Okay, here we go. So 72, 71, 71, 72. 72, 71, 68, 68, 72. So we're going to be flirting with the 70s. Pretty much, this should be it. I was wrong before about saying we probably want to hit 80 again, but I really do think this is it. After today, we shouldn't have, and today is right at 80. It's 80 degrees right now at 3 o'clock, so it's not going to get any warmer. It's going to get slower. charge your phone. It's at 72%, dude. 72%. Oh, MNC. I got a little bit of MNC's message there. Yeah, that's nothing though. I didn't have anything there. I shouldn't have posted. I should have paid attention to what I had. Let's see. Time to get to work. Last bit before I finish settling in. Thanks for hanging out. Stanley Lake and lots of reservoirs and mountains. Can't forget the mountains. Yeah, but even those lakes aren't big lakes, right? You know, the Great Lakes. I want to be next to a body of water that you can't see across, like a large body of water, because little lakes do change the, you know, weather around them, but the Great Lakes greatly change the weather around them. Almost got to the 40s last night in Iowa. I think it hit 52-ish. Yeah, last night was not great for us. It was still, I think it was 70. I think it hit right around 70, but tonight it'll get back into the 60s. I would have invited you over on your vacation, but then you should stay for a very long time. Okay, I think I got everything. I think I said hi to everybody, and it's after 3 o'clock, so now's a good time. Whip did say I'd let you come to your house and the deck has fallen off and it's filled with dog shit. I'm not saying anyone ever come back, but the invite is always open. And you might see the odd bull shark. That ain't happening in a pond. Yeah, no offense to anybody, you know. Okay, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks, there's still 38 people. Thank you so much. Again, there's a lot of good streams on Thursday, but there is no Ed tonight. Skipper will be going at the same time that Ed normally would, so no Craft Ed. He's watching the Chiefs game with his family, so kudos to him for getting to hang out with the family. That's it. Again, Saturday, no focus on, but Skipper, the Aquarist auction, and Tuesday, Diego from Petsotics will be our guest. So come hang out and learn more about Diego. Diego used to stream a lot, so you guys, I don't know if, you know, people that haven't been around for a long time, he hasn't streamed in quite some time, but he used to stream quite often with Ed too. Ed was his co-host. Ed is going to watch his Lions, his Chief lose to the Lions. I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I don't hate the Lions. I feel sorry for the Lions, but I got to root for Ed's team because he's my brother. And it's good to see you too, Ryan. All right, everybody. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, it's over here. I was going up to the top right.